Okay, let's go. Ready, set, go. Okay, so I really liked the diagonal kind of flow on this, like big box, smaller, smaller. So I really liked that, and especially with this lettering right here, it just has this like nice flow down the page, down to the logo. The couple things I would check for would be making sure there's an equal amount of space, like between this black line and the edge of the box on the top and the bottom. I also might move the words, or maybe just change the spacing around here. This just seems to be disconnected from the rest. And if it's supposed to be, maybe you could like make it bolder or something, and then move it up a little so there's not that trapped space right there. I also like the placement of the logo. And then the last thing was that there was like a bunch of grammar and spelling errors in this. It's in these 3 parts, and I just looked at the couple that I had to catch when I did this, and it doesn't look like you've changed them yet, but that's not a big deal because you can always do that. But yeah, and then also so it has this like diagonal slope, and then I didn't realize that this was part of the diagonal. So yeah, it looks pretty good for this part. It's a good start.
Thank you. Alright, so, okay. So now analyze the message. What do you think the message is?
How long do I have to do that?
2 minutes.
Well, the message is that they want seniors or graduates, I guess, to come to a leadership conference. So I guess the message would be towards like business communications majors, like people who are more into that leadership role. And you can also tell from the picture that it's not like older graduates like with PhDs or something. It's just like regular college graduates.
Do you feel like I used appropriate lettering and serifs versus sans serif and colors, and just what do you recommend, or what do you think I could?
As far as the font goes, did you use the same font for the title and for the lettering?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think in the requirement you're supposed to use 2 different types. So what I would suggest is, I do like this as the title. I think that looks really good. And this is readable, but since we're supposed to use 2 different fonts, you could probably just use like a simple sans serif for that, with like a thinner font size, and then it would still be readable, and it would still be a good contrast.
Okay, what do you feel about white space?
I think the white space is pretty good just because it has that like nice diagonal flow.
Do you like how this is just white background, or do you feel like I should put a gray block behind it?
I would maybe try and see what it looks like behind the gray, with a gray block behind it, just to see if it makes the words stand out more. But I don't think it needs it.
Okay. So share opinions and review a checklist to improve the design. Make notes. So what do you think I should improve?
So definitely the spelling, just because they're going to be looking for that. The spacing up here with the black margins.
And keep the logo where it is.
Yeah. I think the logo looks very professional the way it is right now. And it, like, kind of draws your eye towards it, so, I mean, the logos are there to, like, kind of represent the company, so I think that's a good thing.
What about more gray boxes like this, or is that...
I think maybe you could add another one. I wouldn't do it horizontally, though. I think if you were to add another one, maybe like a vertical one over on this section of the page. But again, I don't think it needs one, but these two look really good together, I think.
Do you like my choice of body paragraph font, or do you think I should change it to more bold or thin, serif, sans serif?
I would maybe change it to sans serif, just so you can have the second font, but it is readable, and it's a good body copy font, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate that. So just kind of work on those things, and I can get it back and have you look at it again. But like you said, just change the font and organize it a little differently, and spacing is huge. Grammar, but after all of that, and the spacing too, I think I should be set, but the placement for all the pictures and body paragraphs are great.
Yeah.
They work?
I think so, and I especially think the top half looks really good.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah.